Hi, happy Friday, no, Saturday. Here is Feria. Today I will discuss the latest games I was unwillingly, of course, part of. But first, let's go to a question. I was asked. The question goes something like this, in short, what kind of society do you like? I thought about this and noticed that all responses I could come with were very much reflected by my state of mind at the moment, and that was a little bit unilateral. But still, I thought I go with this one. So, you, dear person who asked me this question, please ask me again after some time again because there might be a different situation, so I might be able to answer differently. So, anyways, the phrase I came with is like this. Um, I would like to live in a society where both official and disguised criminals are so unbiasedly, this is very important, unbiasedly haunted by the society and its institutions that they have no choice except hiding in their holes. Well, it's not genius, but this is, I think, something that reflects the wishes of many people. Anyways, as I said, please ask me after a while again. I appreciate it. So now let's go to almost the latest games. Um, I had mentioned some issues with the local post office. The package I had sent on 23rd of December, sorry, 22nd. It arrived at the end of January, of course, following a complaint of mine, which was never responded, nobody responded to it officially. But anyways, um, what was interesting, I was, of course, checking all the time the tracking system just to make sure where the package is. And every time I did that, it said at dock 12, so it was sitting there. Then, when it finally showed that it had arrived on at the end of January, that phrase about Dock 12 was changed to left Dock 12 on 23rd December. So here I need to mention something very important. This is not in direct relation with it. Well, sometimes, well, at some measure. So, anyways, everything now is a software, and the softwares are just coded, are made by codes. It means that they can be changed, manipulated, and hacked and used in very different ways. So, heads up, I check everything that you see in software and don't think that you have lost your mind or anything. And if there is something important, take screenshot of it and keep somewhere safe. Anyhow, this is the reason why a lot of companies who have sensitive informations, what they do, they find a very good hacker so that the hacker will check the holes in their system. So heads up, be very careful about everything. Now back to the local post. Um, the second package was sent back to the sender after I didn't respond to the second alleged delivery attempt. Well, they actually, put the date and the time again at the time and the date I was here. So I have to be honest, they professionally delivered both first and second delivery notice to my mailbox. Well, and the mailbox is 2 minutes away from my door where they usually delivered it some time ago. Well, I don't know why they would deliver at those times and not these ones. Hmm, change of policy. I don't know. Anyways, more recently, what happened was on Monday I received a call from a private courier um, around 7 o'clock in the evening. It's very unusual for any delivery at that time, so I was very cautious. Left my apartment and while on stairs, I heard some steps from upper floor. So I stopped. I stopped for a few seconds, and because I just wanted to make sure what's going on because I have been um meeting many of gang members who have been entertaining me over years in this building. So as I stopped, the steps stopped as well. Waited for a few seconds and then rushed out to meet the courier. On the street, I saw, of course, familiar cars. It all um, here I have written something. I can't. Oh, screamed. I'm not reading my handwriting. So it all screamed like totally coordinated. Um, but I decided to make sure. So what I did, I wanted to make sure that I'm not tricked by my mind because of the precedences. So, and that was the first time I would receive a package delivered by that company. So what I did next day, I called the courier company without referring to my hunch or tracking number or any specification about the person who had delivered it, because I repeat again, it's not about individuals, it's about the operations, how the operations work. And this is the main point in what I'm doing here. So, because not the same person will deliver in another country, right? So, anyways, I asked the employee on phone about their schedules, and I was told that they divide the city to few sections and start delivering based on which one is closer to starting point. Um, the delivery to my address, depending on how busy the day would be, would happen sometimes between uh, 9 o'clock in the morning and 1 o'clock in the afternoon. So I thanked, and I was very disappointed to know my hunch was correct. Um, these are the things that you don't want to be right, but at the same time, it's good to know that you have a good ally with the hunch. Anyways, so when I was at the office, something a year before the office closed down, we started to work from home. We had a mailroom, and when I picked up my packages for the last year, let's say, they were mostly vandalized. Um, but they never missed or they never sent back or they didn't drag me to any threatening situations like it is being done by local post office or some careers since I moved to Dock. In total, it involves two courier companies and the National Post Office. All this is a major repetitive part of the plan. So this is exactly what goes. They like to involve different companies, let's say, for example, different courier companies, delivery companies, to avoid only one to be blamed. This way, an unexperienced audience, you know, would think if all these organizations avoid giving services to the target, then target is definitely a bad person. And there should be a good reason why this happens, because not all these companies could be doing wrong. So something is really fishy about the target. Meanwhile, target gets the blame, suffers financial losses, except apart from the fact that expecting to receive something, planning for it, and then not receiving it. Um, Loses trust, of course, in many organizations, and is attacked by the mob, and hopefully gets depressed. That would be one of the aims, all towards Section 1's original agenda. Um, Anyhow, there are a few things to remember. The fact that even in these delivery services, even though the number might be high, like for example, I say, oh, local post office and another two couriers, but at the same time, these are all minorities, really a small part of the people working in these organizations. Um, the problem is that uh, we see only the minority in before us and not the majority. Well, that's quite a pity. Anyways, let's like say uh, who barks harder is I don't remember. Anyways, um, in my case, they use these services to create problems for me because I do shop online and receive and send parcels 2, 3 times per year, maybe 3, 4 times per year regularly. So in the case of somebody else, different services would be picked, just to match the profile of that person. So the same strategy is used when involving people from different communities living in the same city. Where I live in Dock, there are different communities, from Asian to Africans to Arabs, Indians, East Europeans, Portuguese, locals, and some others. At some points, I had some mentions to almost all of them. I did not discriminate I just mentioned all of them. Um, so here, what happens if all these people from so many different cultural backgrounds focus in the same way on a target, on a person, then target must be bad with capital letters, B-A-D. Um, Again, in case anything should happen, blame will not be heavy on any of these people because it is divided between so many of them, and nobody will ever know how it all started. Nobody will remember because there has never been a clear situation, just word of mouth, and of course how it started and everything. So um, always remember that it's always about the minority. So whatever happens in your case, consider is a minority. But of course, it's still harm. So the person who comes in contact with you, that's the person who can harm you. But and they do harm actually. But try to keep an open mind and know that the majority of people, no matter in what organization, they are really good people. Unfortunately, sometimes too coward to come forward, but we all have defects, like something that happens. Anyways, take care, have a good weekend, and uh, be very, very careful and uh, and listen to your hunch. That's quite important. Thank you so much for being around.